Hi folks, here we are, another story. Now this one isn't so much about life on the road, but this comes around through one of my musical influences. Chuck Berry. I've seen Chuck Berry many times, and his shows back then were always quite hit and miss. If he could be bothered, you know, he was an entertainer for certain, but sometimes his guitar, well, most of the time the guitar wasn't in tune, etc. But still a legend, and it was always good to go and see him. Now he was doing a couple of shows in Britain. This is going back to 2008, and he'd gone on like a bit of a European tour, and he'd got his son Chuck Berry Jr. playing with him, Charles, and I found out through various Facebook forums, a particular German fan who followed Chuck, he was absolutely crazy about Chuck, found out that Chuck had a big fallout and a bust-up with the promoter in Germany, Diva International, I think they were called, and they basically pulled the tour. I think Chuck was asking for all his money up front or something. I don't know the full details behind it, but subsequently the whole tour got cancelled. Chuck had gone back to America, and he was due to play in at Doncaster Dome, and they were selling tickets for it. And I managed to, through Facebook, get in touch with his son, with Charles Berry Jr., and we emailed, and he said, no, we definitely won't be there. All this has gone off. He said, I can't go into it for legal reasons. The William Morris agency, who his dad's agent, is sorting it all out. I'm not getting involved, but no, we will definitely not be at Doncaster Dome. He said the gig in London at the Jazz Cafe a few months later will probably be going ahead, because that's through a different agent. So Doncaster Dome are selling the tickets, and a week later they're still selling them. 2 weeks later they're still on sale, and I emailed them and said, I'm just letting you know, I know you don't know who I am, but and I'm not anybody, but Chuck Berry won't be there. The tour has got cancelled. I forwarded them copies of the emails between myself and Chuck Berry Jr., and they would not have it. They ignored the first few emails, so I rang them, and they said, we'll get somebody to ring you back. They never rang me back. I did get an email threatening me with legal action, that they were going to sue me because I was trying to scupper their concert. And I'm thinking, you're selling tickets with a booking fee that is non-refundable, which they all do. People will be travelling from all over, paying for accommodation, all sorts. So I emailed them again and again and again and said, you really need to stop selling tickets. And I think I even got an email confirming it from Chuck's agent in America, the William Morris agency. And they still wouldn't have it, and threatening me with legal action, and they're going to get the big guns onto me and all this lot, and it wasn't very nice. So I bit the bullet, and I got in touch with Chuck Berry Jr. again, and I told him, I said, you know, will you back me up? And he said, absolutely, I will. So I emailed them again, and I said, you have 24 hours to cancel this concert, take it down off your website before I contact Yorkshire Television, and get it on Calendar News and Look North, etc. And and the Sheffield Star, Doncaster Press, because you're taking money under false pretenses from people. I've told you that this concert, I've given you all the paperwork to say that Chuck will not be appearing. And within 24 hours, it was taken down and said that the concert had been cancelled. I don't know why they couldn't have done that like a month before. They'd obviously sold loads more tickets. I think it was a near sellout. But the nice thing that happened was, when I told Charles that it had all been sorted out and they'd stopped it, because he said he didn't want his dad's good name dragged through the mud. So he said, listen, we're doing the gig in London on November the 18th. He said, if you can come down, I will get you on the guest list, and you can come in to the concert for nothing as a thank you, and I'll buy you a drink. So we did that. We went down to London, and it was pouring. We were in, and I'm waiting outside the Jazz Cafe thinking, I hope he turns up. I hope he comes. I hope he remembers. I hope he can get me in. More to the point. Anyway, this like people carrier with tinted glass pulled up, the slide door opened, and Chuck Berry Jr. got out, and he pointed at me and he said, Johnny, I'd recognise those boots anywhere, because I used to have these cowboy boots that were like a white fake snakeskin type thing, but they looked like, what was it, somebody said they looked like maggots, giant maggots on my feet, these boots. And he said, I recognise those boots anyway, come on in. So we went in to the Jazz Cafe, got to see the Chuck Berry concert for nothing, and didn't get to meet Chuck. He did say, I really don't want to introduce you to Dad because he's very, very deaf now, and you know, he's just flown in. I said, look, it's fine, I don't need to meet him. He did a great show, actually. It was the last time I ever saw him. He did a superb show, and Charles Berry Jr. acknowledged me from the stage and thanked me for my help in a problem that they'd had, which I thought was very nice. So that was just a little story there. I'll be back with some more soon.